Good morning. I call to order the November 14th, 2023 meeting of the Saline County Board of Commissioners. I'd ask that the county clerk please call the roll.
Commissioner Shadwick?
Here.
Commissioner Vidrickson?
Here.
Commissioner Sparks?
Here.
Commissioner Weiss?
Here.
Commissioner Hay?
Here.
I ask that you please stand and join me in a flag salute followed by a moment of silence. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. We now move to the public forum portion of our meeting where citizens may speak on county government, usually limited to 3 minutes and pertaining to items that are not on today's agenda. Is there anyone who wishes to address the commission?
Mike Jensen, 5694 East K4 Highway, Gypsum. And I farm on McReynolds Road. They've done an awesome job cleaning the ditches and fixing the road and stuff. But when they did that, they removed my access to my farm, to a field that I own. Now, I farm the ground around it, so I have access from another place. If I lose that ground that I farm, I won't have access to a field because of them cleaning the ditches out. I asked them to put an access in, and they said I'd have to pay for it and do it to their specs and stuff. There's been an access there for the last 100 years. There's another entity just down the road, same road, that they took out their access that had been there forever and a day. Now, granted, there was not tubes there, but there's been access. They've been farming it this way for ever and a day. And I don't feel that we should have to pay to have access into a landlocked field. If I lose that ground, then according to state law, I have legal right to access my property through somebody else's crops. So I asked them and I urged them to put in a access, and they said, well, you can apply for one.
Have you spoke with the superintendent at the Road and Bridge, Darren?
I spoke to the engineer.
I would ask you to contact the superintendent, Darren, out there, and if you don't get satisfaction, I mean, speak with our administrator at a later date, and I'm quite certain we can come to a resolution there.
Okay, like I say, there's me, and then there's another entity just right there also. So
I'm certain we can take care of that in
Okay,
one
thank
fashion
you.
or another.
Thank you.
Is there anyone else who wishes to address the commission? If not, I'll bring it back to the board, and we will look for approval of today's consent agenda. And today's consent agenda consists of approval of tax roll adjustments, approval of accounts payable, approval of public forum agenda, 2023 Presbyterian Manor KDOT letter of support, approval of county commission minutes for October the 31st of 2023, approval of proposed change order 20 for courtroom project, and the official results election summary. Are there any items that any commissioners wish to have removed or talk about? If not, I will take a motion for approval.
So moved. Second.
It's been moved and seconded that we approve today's consent agenda. All of those in favor, please say aye.
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 Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. We'll move to action items. Item number 1.
Digital Equity Grant with Melissa McCoy, Public Information Officer.
Good morning, Melissa.
Good morning, Commissioners. On August 15th, this commission authorized $100,000 in funding from the county's ARPA Coronavirus Local Fiscal Recovery Fund to be used towards grants to local agencies that help bridge the digital divide in our community. An informational webinar was held September 20th, and the grant application was posted that same day. 5 applications were received by the October 17th deadline. A review committee consisting of Renee Dexler, Salina Area Chamber of Commerce President and CEO, Kimberlyn Jones, Kansas Commerce Digital Equity Program Manager, and Eric Norris, Manhattan Public Library Director, met via Zoom on October 24th to discuss the applications. The committee recommends funding for all 5 applications. These are a grant of $20,630 to the Salina Area United Way to fund equipment to create an access point for individuals to use the internet and digital devices for homework, job searching, training, and other activities free of charge. A grant of $16,378 to the Salina Grace Foundation for digital equity for the homeless project to set up a Wi-Fi access point to provide free internet connection to their guests and provide laptops and workstations for guests to borrow and training to help them learn basic computer skills, search for jobs, fill out applications, and the like. A grant of $8,600 to the Salina Media Connection to host 10 monthly Spanish Connection programs targeting the Spanish-speaking community, which focuses on various topics like digital literacy, civic education and government, health, finance, legal, and education. Additionally, the funds will be used for quarterly in-person classes on digital literacy. A grant of $4,425 to the Salina Public Library to expand their hotspot lending program by purchasing 25 hotspot devices and 1 year of service on each device to be checked out for free by the public. A grant of $3,397 to the Salina Public Library for a Youth Robotics Club, which will provide 9 robotics workshop kits for youths 13 to 17 years old to encourage digital literacy, creativity, critical thinking, teamwork, and collaboration. All the applications met the minimum requirement for a 10% hard or soft match, and most of the programs included the recommendation for community partnerships. All applications were highly rated. The total funds to be awarded is $53,430, which is well below the $100,000 allotted for this program. Alternative for actions include approve awards of 5 grants in the amount of $53,430 and direct staff to return with grant agreements, or do not approve the awards and provide additional direction to staff. Staff recommends approval of the 5 grants. Per state law, federal funds such as the Coronavirus Local Fiscal Recovery Fund are not subject to the Kansas budget law. Saline County has cash on hand to make these awards as recommended.
Melissa, remind me, it is escaping me right now, the Salina Media Connection.
So, formerly Community Access TV. Yeah, gotcha.
That's what so they are still in business to a degree then?
Correct.
Okay. Questions or comments from commissioners?
Well, my only comment would be, I think it's great that we have the opportunity to do this, but we need to be cognizant to the fact that this is ARPA funding, and going forward from here, there's no guarantee that there will be these monies. So I encourage all of these entities to find other sources if they want to continue the programs.
Right.
That's a really good point, and we should remind the public that this is not coming from the Saline County Budget Authority, the money that has been budgeted for Saline County from taxpayer money. Anyone else? Anyone from the public who wishes to address this? If not, I'll bring it back to the commission for action.
Mr. Chairman, make a motion, we approve the digital equity grants 2023-214.
Second the motion.
It's been moved and seconded that we approve the Digital Equity Grant 2023-214. Further comments? If not, all those in favor, please say aye.
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 Opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you, Melissa. We'll move on to the informational items.
Expo Weed Farm Update with David Flaherty, the second Expo Center Director.
Morning, David.
Morning, Commissioners. Today I'm doing the interval of mid-August 2023 to November 2023. So the accomplishments on the Expo Center sides, we have set up and tore down events, repair We had some plumbing issues in the Kenwood Hall restrooms we had to take care of. New doors were installed on the west side of Kenwood. Finished up the ground maintenance, mowing, trimming, edging. We ended up adding some dirt to some holes to help with erosions and spraying for the weeds for the final time there. We had repaired one of our dump trucks, air dryers, and hose had a pretty good sized leak to it. Replaced a bad motor on barn 1, the middle exhaust fan. We held our annual Saline Charity Horse Show. And we are cleaning out more areas, and we're continuing to organize over there to increase storage space as much as possible. We held 68 events since the last update. We did receive delivery of the 2022 Dodge Ram for the Expo Center. On the noxious weed department side, we finished up right-of-way spraying for the season. Started to flush the truck spray systems and prepared to winterize them for the season. Both supervisor and the weed applicator worked the state fair booth for the County Weed Directors Association. Director and supervisor attended the NASMA, which is North American Invasive Species Management Association Conference in Lincoln, Nebraska. We finished up spot spraying and bare ground spraying around road signs and guardrails. Supervisor has assisted in the office when needed. We have seen an increased interest in use of drones in weeds, so we've started doing some research to try to stay ahead of questions if public comes to us with questions on it. Continue communication with the Expo Center to assist in duties and events when requested and available. And on the noxious weed department side, we did receive the 2024 GMC Sierra for their truck. On the farm, we have 9 students attending the fall for 2023, and the 2024 Oliver Hag scholarships are being accepted, and they are currently available online or in our office. For the future plans, Expo Center, we're getting ready to shut down barn 2 and all the wash bays to get ready so they're not freezing. We'll be starting our service on vehicles and equipment, doing some deep cleaning in the buildings, and trying to get stuff fixed back up to start next season. Repairs to some of our manure boxes need to be made, so we're currently in the process of checking prices on metals so we can get that going. Keep up on our monthly maintenance of building upgrades. Continue to train staff where needed. Repair horse stalls, cattle panels to make them last longer and safer. And I also want to add in there, with the grading projects that have started, we are using some of that underground dirt there, and had contacted Road and Bridge, and we're bringing some dirt into barn 1 there to bring that ground back up and kind of get rid of some of the big holes and get it packed in a lot better. On the weed department side, all vehicles are gonna get winterized. We've started doing that. Our tanks. Supervisor will resume studying for his FAA 107 certification, which is for the drone. Director and supervisor will attend the annual KAC conference, and the supervisor will continue to assist in the office when needed. Continue communication with the Expo Center and assist duties and events when needed and requested. On the farm side, we'll be collecting the second half rents they're due in December. We are replacing, I did some beds, we are gonna replace a half-mile fence on the pasture lease on Lapsley Road, the west half of 2316-2. And as far as budget updates, our Expo Center budget used is 81.61. On the weed department, we had deposits of chemical sales of $79,173.82, and our budget used there is 66.89%. The noxious weed capital A has a balance of $72,386.88, and the farm account has a balance of $179,909.25. I'll take questions if you have any.
David, on our contract with the city to upgrade the facility over there, approximately percentage-wise, how far are we along on that?
I would say everything's probably about 70 to 75%.
That would also include the funding that was expanded for that, would probably be in that neighborhood, same neighborhood, percentage-wise? a little higher.
Yeah,
Change orders and so forth.
and cost of everything.
Well, we're getting good compliments on that, and it looks nice, and upgrades were needed for certain. Other comments and questions from commissioners?
One question, if I might. On your weed budget, do you have much, what kind of expenditures will you have during the winter months on that weed budget?
Oh, so we obviously will have payroll, but going into start the next season is where we're getting ready to take bids on chemical costs and stuff to be able to start purchasing chemicals to get them in through.
And you'll purchase those in this fiscal year?
We start purchasing them, yes. Yep.
Anyone else? All right, thank you, David.
Thank you.
Thank you. We'll move to item number 2.
Commissioners' comments?
Comments from commissioners? Not a thing. Number 3,
Announcements?
not a thing. We'll move to the item number G.
The CUP appeal hearing. Consideration of an appeal of Planning Commission decision regarding a conditional use permit at the request of Mountain Peak Energy Storage, doing business as Plus Power, with Tim Hamilton, Planning and Zoning Director.
Morning, Tim.
Good morning, Commissioners. Normally, the way this appeal would work is I would give you basically a background. The Planning Commission did find a denial at the September meeting, and those the reasons for their denial were clarified in the October meeting. And normally what I would do is kind of let you all discuss amongst each other or answer any questions. But my understanding is, I believe the applicants are here and would like to make a statement, and if you don't mind, I'll just yield my time to them.
Yes, sir.
Morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Hi. My name is Ben Wiesel. We've been here before. Nice to see everyone again. Thank you for allowing us to briefly speak to the county and the community with an update on our project. As you're probably aware, Mountain Peak Energy Storage, LLC, respectfully withdraws its conditional use permit application for a battery energy storage system. This was not an easy decision. As our company has been investing in planning this project for several years, our intent was to be an excellent neighbor and to work closely with the community and first responders in order to build their confidence in our facility and our approach. As we stated throughout our process here, we were very excited about developing critical energy grid infrastructure because of the substantial local economic and energy benefits. In order to spread the benefits of our project and discuss the project, we met repeatedly in person with county officials and answered questions from the public. This included meetings with the fire department to review our designs, the concept of an emergency response plan, and training plans for first responders. This also included over 5 hours of testimony at 3 public hearings following the rules and process outlined by the county, and making ourselves available for input and questions. And after this engagement, last week we requested an adjournment of this morning's hearing for 2 reasons. First was to allow for our local Kansas-based attorney to be present with us today. And second, to provide us with adequate time to gather additional information to provide a more comprehensive presentation to this commission and the community. This request was denied. Therefore, it has become clear to us that the county permit application in its present form does not have a path forward to obtaining the necessary approvals. It is for this reason we are withdrawing our proposal. We want to thank the community for engaging with us and thank the county officials for your support and engagement as well. We look forward to continued discussions about why battery energy storage will support community interests and reliable power and economic development, and how today's rigorous safety planning and best practices for battery storage systems can create confidence among first responders and the community. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We wish to thank you very much for your interest in Saline County. Sorry it didn't work out. Your professionalism is appreciated very much so, and good luck.
Thank you very
I
much.
guess that's about all I can say. Any other commissioners have any comments? All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll Now go forward to a reminder for agenda items for next week. There will be a human resources update and ARPA reallocation, chamber legislative agenda presentation, a CIP update, and our rural fire district number 1 for some SCBA bottles purchase. Are there any other comments from commissioners? If not, I will take a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Second.
Been moved and seconded that we adjourn today's meeting. All of those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. We are adjourned. Thank you for attending.